So many people spend their lives wishing, hoping, and wanting. They say, I want more success. I want more money. I want more love. I want more peace. But the truth is, the universe does not respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are. Every thought you consistently hold in your mind, every belief you carry in your heart, every action you take daily, this is the energy you project into the world. And the energy you project is the magnet that draws experiences, people, and opportunities back to you. You don't attract what you wish for. You attract what you embody. If your inner world is filled with doubt, fear, and hesitation, then the world will reflect those very things back to you. But if you train your mind to live with discipline, clarity, and belief, then life will mirror that strength. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But notice carefully, belief is the key. Conceiving an idea without becoming the type of person who lives it will never be enough. To attract wealth, you must carry the habits of wealth. To attract love, you must first embody love within yourself. To attract respect, you must live in a way that makes you worthy of respect. Every single thought you think carries power. It may seem invisible, it may seem harmless, but each thought is energy, and that energy is shaping the life you live. Your mind is like a transmitter, constantly broadcasting signals into the universe. Those signals are not silent, they are alive, and they return to you in the form of the experiences, the people, and the opportunities that enter your life. If your thoughts are filled with fear, you are broadcasting fear. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, you are broadcasting doubt. And if you broadcast fear and doubt long enough, life will give you more reasons to be afraid and more reasons to doubt. But the opposite is also true. If you train your mind to hold faith, courage, and clarity, then you are broadcasting strength. And when you broadcast strength, you attract situations that demand strength, people who respect strength, and opportunities that reward strength. This is why so many people fail at the law of attraction. They sit quietly, writing down what they want, saying the words of their desire. But their inner frequency is still weak. They are asking for wealth while thinking poor thoughts. They are asking for success while believing they are unworthy. They are asking for love while holding on to anger and pain. The universe does not respond to the wish written on paper. It responds to the vibration repeated in your mind. Think of it like a magnet. A magnet cannot pull anything unless it is charged. And your thoughts are the charge of your life. The stronger your thoughts, the stronger your magnet. The weaker your thoughts, the weaker your attraction. If you want to change what you are attracting, you must first change the frequency of your thoughts. Napoleon Hill taught that every achievement begins in the mind. Before a fortune is built, it is imagined. Before a legacy is created, it is believed. Before success is lived, it is conceived. The thought is the seed, but the quality of that thought determines the harvest. A scattered mind plants weeds, a focused mind plants greatness. Your mind is either working for you or against you. When you think with intention, you are programming your frequency. When you think with discipline, you are controlling the broadcast. But when you allow fear, anger, jealousy, and self-doubt to dominate, then you are not in control of your life. You are simply reacting to it. So the question is not what you want. The question is, what frequency are you living on every day? Because thoughts are not occasional visitors. They are the architects of your reality. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice to broadcast the frequency of weakness or to broadcast the frequency of power. And here is the truth: the universe is always listening. It does not respond to your words. It responds to your vibration. And that vibration is born from the thoughts you repeat the most. Desire alone is never enough. 1,000 wishes, 1,000 dreams, 1,000 hopes, without belief, remain nothing more than shadows in the mind. You may say, I want success, I want wealth, I want freedom. But if deep within you, the belief does not exist, the desire collapses. It is belief that gives weight to desire, belief that gives life to vision, belief that makes the unseen visible. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Notice carefully, conceiving is only the first step. The world is filled with dreamers who conceive ideas, but their lives never change. Why? Because the second part is missing. They never believe deeply enough. Without belief, the seed cannot grow. Without belief, the mind cannot create. Belief is not wishing. Belief is not hoping. Belief is the inner knowing that something already belongs to you before you hold it in your hand. Belief is walking with certainty when others doubt you. Belief is speaking with conviction when the evidence has not yet appeared. Belief is looking at the invisible and saying, It is already mine. Think of the inventor, the entrepreneur, the creator. Every great achievement in history began with belief. Edison did not wait for the light bulb to exist before he believed in it. He believed first, and that belief shaped the reality we all now live in. The Wright brothers did not wait for airplanes to crowd the sky before believing flight was possible. They believed first, and their belief pulled the impossible into the possible. Your life is no different. You cannot sit and wait for evidence before you believe. Evidence comes after belief, never before. The world reflects what you hold inside. If you carry disbelief, you will find endless reasons to doubt. But if you carry belief, you will see opportunities where others see nothing. Belief is magnetic. It draws circumstances into alignment. It attracts people who share your vision. It creates resilience when the path becomes difficult. With belief, failure becomes fuel. With belief, rejection becomes redirection. With belief, delays are not denials. They are preparation. The danger is this: many people believe more strongly in their limitations than in their possibilities. They believe they are too old, too young, too weak, too late, and because they believe it, their reality mirrors it. But when you shift belief, reality bends with it. Change your inner certainty, and the outer world cannot resist. So, the truth remains. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you believe yourself to be. And every day you must ask, what reality is my belief shaping right now? Because whether you are conscious of it or not, belief is the invisible architect of your destiny. Here is a truth most people never understand: your identity will always overpower your desire. You may say you want wealth, but if deep inside you carry the identity of someone who is poor, you will sabotage every opportunity to become wealthy. You may desire success, but if your identity is rooted in failure, your actions will always betray your vision. You may want love, but if your identity is shaped by rejection, you will push love away every time it comes near. Desire is the spark. Identity is the foundation. If your foundation is weak, the spark dies out. If your foundation is strong, the spark becomes fire. This is why so many people repeat affirmations and visualize their goals, but nothing changes. They are speaking words of greatness while still identifying as small. They are imagining abundance while still believing they are unworthy. They are hoping for transformation, but they are trapped in the prison of who they think they are. Napoleon Hill taught that success begins with a definite chief aim, a clear vision of who you must become. But here is the secret. It is not about what you want to get, it is about who you are willing to be. Because life does not give you what you chase, it gives you what you embody. Think about it. A person who identifies as disciplined will not need to force productivity. It flows naturally. A person who identifies as confident does not need to beg for respect. It is given automatically. A person who identifies as a leader does not need to constantly prove himself. His presence already commands it. The identity shapes the action, and the action shapes the result. If you truly want to attract a new reality, you must shed the old identity. The one that says you are not enough. The one that says you are too limited. The one that whispers your past mistakes define you. None of that is true. Identity is not fixed. It is a choice. And every day you are choosing, consciously or unconsciously, who you believe yourself to be. You can want change forever, but until you decide, this is who I am now, the desire will remain a dream. The moment you shift identity, everything begins to align. The habits align, the decisions align, the people align, the opportunities align. Because the universe does not listen to your wish. It responds to your state of being. So the question is never just, what do I want? The real question is, who am I? Because in the end, identity shapes destiny. And if you wish to attract something new, you must first become someone new. Look closely at your daily life, and you will see the truth of who you really are. Not in what you say, not in what you wish for, but in the habits you repeat every single day. Because your habits are the mirror of your identity, and they silently reveal the frequency you are living on. You may say, I want success. But if your habits are procrastination, distraction, and excuses, then your true self is not aligned with success. It is aligned with failure. You may say, I want health. But if your habits are neglect, laziness, and indulgence, then your true self is not aligned with health. It is aligned with decay. You may say, I want discipline. But if your habits are chaos, inconsistency, and comfort-seeking, then your true self is not discipline. It is weakness. The world does not measure you by your intentions, it measures you by your patterns. Because patterns always reveal the truth. A single act may be accidental, but repeated acts expose the foundation of your life. And that foundation is built, brick, by the habits you choose. Napoleon Hill reminded us that thoughts become things. But thoughts only become permanent when they are translated into action, and action repeated becomes habit. A habit is nothing more than a thought you respected enough to practice daily until it shaped your reality. Think about this: a wealthy man does not think himself rich once and then stop. He lives wealth conscious every day, and his habits reflect it. A successful leader does not act confident once. He practices confidence until it becomes second nature. Habits are proof of belief, proof of identity, proof of who you are becoming. And here is the law: your habits are either pulling you toward your vision or pushing you away from it. Every day you are voting with your habits. With every choice, you are saying, "This is who I am." Each time you wake up early or sleep in, each time you study or waste time, each time you train your body or neglect it, each time you choose growth or comfort. These are not small decisions. They are powerful affirmations of your identity. People fail not because they lack desire, but because they refuse to align their habits with their desire. They want success, but their habits are failures. They want discipline, but their habits are distractions. They want greatness, but their habits are small. And life is not fooled. It will never give you what you want. It will always give you what you consistently do. So if you wish to attract a new reality, stop focusing only on the big dream and start focusing on the small habits. Because habits, over time, become destiny. And destiny is never written in wishes. It is written in daily action. Thoughts are the blueprint, habits are the structure, but emotions are the electricity that powers the entire system of your life. They are not just feelings, they are forces. They vibrate at a frequency that either attracts or repels the experiences you meet. Consider this: when you live in gratitude, when you hold joy, when you carry faith, your entire energy field shifts. People sense it. Opportunities sense it. Even life itself responds to it. Gratitude opens doors. Joy invites more reasons to be joyful. Faith pulls unseen resources into your path. But the reverse is just as true. When you dwell in anger, when you carry bitterness, when you soak in fear, you magnetize more of the same. More conflict, more rejection, more disappointment. Napoleon Hill once explained that emotions, when combined with thoughts, create the force that reaches the subconscious mind and the universe. A thought without emotion is weak. It fades quickly. But a thought charged with emotion becomes magnetic. It is burned into your being, and it calls reality to match it. Think of a person in love. Their thoughts of their beloved are not casual. They are filled with deep emotion. And because of that, their whole life bends toward expressing that love. The same principle applies to success. If you only think of success casually, with no emotional fire, it fades into the background. But if you feel success, if you live it in your emotions, if you charge your vision with excitement, passion, and belief, it becomes impossible for reality not to respond. This is why managing your emotional state is not optional. It is essential. Too many people let emotions control them, instead of using emotions as fuel. They wake up angry, they go to bed worried, and then they wonder why life feels heavy. But emotions are choices, and when you choose higher emotions, you tune into a higher frequency. Gratitude is the most powerful magnet of all. When you are grateful, even before receiving, you tell the universe, "I already have abundance." And when you believe you already have it, you attract more of it. Joy is a magnet. Faith is a magnet. Peace is a magnet. These emotions are the evidence that you already trust life, and life rewards that trust. So ask yourself daily, what am I feeling right now? Because your emotions are not private. They are signals you are sending to the universe. And those signals are attracting more of the same. Guard your emotions like treasure, because they are shaping your tomorrow. You cannot expect to rise while living in places that keep you down. You cannot expect to grow while surrounding yourself with people who shrink your vision. Environment is not just background. It is a silent force shaping your frequency every single day. Think about it. If you plant a seed in rich soil, give it sunlight and water, it will grow strong. If you plant that same seed in poor soil, surrounded by weeds, deprived of light, its potential will never be realized. The seed does not change, but the environment determines its growth. You are no different. The soil you plant yourself in, the people, the conversations, the habits around you, either feed your greatness or choke it. Napoleon Hill reminded us that every great achievement requires a mastermind alliance, a circle of people who strengthen, not weaken your vision. Because no man rises alone, and no man fails alone. The voices you allow near you become the echoes in your mind. The energy you allow near you becomes the frequency you broadcast. Look at your circle. Are they builders or destroyers? Do they speak words of possibility or words of limitation? Do they celebrate your progress or mock your ambition? Because their energy is shaping yours, whether you notice it or not. If you walk with people of fear, you will learn to fear. If you walk with people of faith, you will learn to believe. And it's not only people, it's places too. Environments filled with chaos, noise, and distraction drain your focus. Environments designed for growth, quiet, ordered, intentional, amplify your focus. Energy is contagious, and you are always absorbing it from what surrounds you. So many people say, "I want success," but they keep living in environments that breed failure. They want discipline, but they surround themselves with temptation. They want peace, but they live in noise. They want greatness, but they stay around small minds. Life does not bend to your wishes. It bends to your environment. If you truly want to attract a higher reality, you must choose a higher environment. Sometimes that means leaving behind old circles. Sometimes it means walking alone until the right people arrive. Sometimes it means building a sanctuary for your vision where distractions cannot reach you. Because your environment is not neutral. It is either multiplying your energy or subtracting from it. So ask yourself, what soil am I planted in right now? What energy am I breathing every day? Because just like a seed, your growth depends not only on what's inside you, but also on the ground you choose to stand on. Thoughts create the frequency, belief shapes the reality, identity builds the foundation, habits prove the truth, emotions fuel the vibration, and environment strengthens the energy. But none of it matters without action. Because action is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the final alignment of the magnet. You can think powerfully, believe deeply, and even feel strongly. But if your feet never move, if your hands never build, if your life never acts, then your magnet is incomplete. The universe does not reward daydreams. It rewards demonstrated belief, and demonstrated belief is action. Napoleon Hill said, "You can think and grow rich, but only if thought is translated into action. Thought without action is only imagination. Action without thought is only chaos." But when thought, belief, and identity are fused into decisive action, creation becomes inevitable. Action is proof to yourself and to the universe that you are serious. Every time you take a step toward your vision, no matter how small, you are broadcasting, "This is who I am," and life responds in kind. Because action sends a frequency that words cannot. Think of it, a person may say, "I am confident," but until they step into the room and speak, confidence is only a claim. A person may say, "I want success," but until they put in the hours, success is only a dream. A person may say, "I am disciplined," but until they show up daily despite resistance, discipline is only an idea. Action transforms identity into reality. And here is the secret: action does not need to be massive in the beginning. Consistent small steps, aligned with belief and identity, create unstoppable momentum. Each action builds evidence. Each evidence strengthens belief. Each belief fuels greater action. This cycle becomes the engine of attraction, and it cannot be stopped once it is in motion. But the opposite is also true. Inaction kills frequency. Delay weakens belief. Procrastination corrodes identity. When you refuse to act, you are broadcasting doubt. You are saying silently, "I do not believe," and the universe listens. So, understand this clearly: you do not attract what you casually think about, you attract what you consistently act upon. Because action is the living declaration of who you are. And every step you take either aligns your magnet with greatness, or misaligns it with failure. So remember this truth: you will never attract what you merely want. You will only attract what you are. Your thoughts create your frequency. Your belief shapes your reality. Your identity defines your path. Your habits reveal your truth. Your emotions fuel your vibration. Your environment strengthens your energy. And your actions align your magnet with destiny. If you want to change your life, you must change yourself. Not tomorrow, not one day, but today. Because life is always listening. The universe is always responding. And the frequency you live in this very moment is already shaping your tomorrow. Become the person worthy of the life you desire. And that life will come to you, not by accident, not by luck, but by the law that has never failed. You attract what you are, not what you want.